She handed me my prize in silence, then murmured, "If only I'd taken you before any other." Evan Cade strode onto the treaty dais, boots echoing on polished obsidian. Holographic text shimmered before him, dense alien script laced with waiver clauses. He tapped the central glyph twice. Acceptance locked in. Gasps rippled from the assembled diplomats. High Mediator Orun Vale's frilled crest flared in shock. Translators stuttered mid-sentence, their synthetic voices lagging behind Evan's decisive stroke. "Human," Orun barked, leaning forward on his elevated perch. "You sign without reading? This binds you to the right of binding lethal trials until treaty ratification." Evan met the alien's multifaceted eyes. "Read enough. Sign faster." Captain Mara Ilion, his human liaison, gripped her tablet tighter from the sidelines. She shot him a warning glance. Evan ignored it. "Goal clear. Enter the tournament. Prove human resolve. Seal the alliance. No delays." Vesha Talan swept onto the dais. Her iridescent scales gleamed under arena lights, Enforcer's gauntlets humming with restrained energy. As royal adjudicator, she commanded the bracket assignments. Her gaze locked on Evan, predatory, assessing. "By Court Law 47 Prime, Vesha declared, voice like grinding crystal. Off-world entrants receive calibrated challenges. Human Cade. You claim bracket alpha easiest path for weaklings." She gestured, and holoscreens bloomed around the dais, seeding competitors. "I reassign you to Omega. Face Vorath the Render first. Then Crick Swarm." Murmurs swelled from the alien galleries. "Omega bracket. Death pit for unproven warriors." Evan studied the shifting holos. Vorath's record scrolled unbeaten in ritual combat, claws that severed durasteel. Cricks. Venomous pack hunters. Coordinated strikes. He nodded once. "Understood." Orun's crest smoothed. "Adjudicator Talan upholds tradition. Proceed." Mara edged closer, whispering through her comm. "Evan, Omega's a slaughterhouse. They're stacking it to discredit us. Pull-out diplomacy can pivot." Evan kept eyes on Vesha. Her posture screamed intent. Force his failure. Contain the human threat. He felt the weight of her stare. Not just professional, personal, laced with something sharper. Restraint held him steady. No outburst. Analyze. The arena floor hummed beneath the dais, retracting to reveal the first ring. A jagged pit, ringed by force fields, spiked with variable grav pits. Spectators, nobles, envoys, treaty witnesses, filled tiered seats. Bets flickered on public boards. Evan pulled his liaison-issued scanner from his belt. Compact tool. Analyzed alien biochem. Mapped rule quirks in real time. He synced it to the holos, parsing right protocols. Matches demanded adaptive weapons, blades, shocks, no firearms. Human edge. Precision over brute force. "Adjudicator," Evan said, voice level. "Request single tool allowance. This scanner. For safety compliance. Logs my vitals. Flags rule breaches." Vesha's scales rippled a ripple of disdain. She stepped into his space, towering half a meter taller, gauntlets flexing. Up close, her scent hit him. Ozone and spice. Undercut by tension. Court Law 92. Forbids external aids in the right. You adapt or perish. No tools. Her eyes narrowed, probing for weakness. Evan held still. Humans endured. He pocketed the scanner without argument. "Denied," Vesha continued. First match. Evan Cade versus Vorath the Render. Begin now. Gongs thundered. The dais irised open. Evan dropped into the pit, landing in a crouch. Dust billowed. Vorath lumbered from the opposite gate, a hulking brute, 4 arms tipped in monomolecular claws, hide scarred from 100 kills. The alien roared, shaking the air. Evan circled, eyes tracking patterns. Vorath charged, claws whistling. Evan sidestepped minimal motion, footwork drilled from colony drills. Claw grazed his sleeve, slicing fabric but not flesh. Mara's voice crackled in his earpiece off-record channel. Evan, Vorath favors left feints, but grav pits activate on blood scent. Stay clean, he acknowledged with a thumb tap. Arena rules projected. No killing blows until final rounds. Subdue only. Vorath didn't play fair, slashed wide, forcing Evan toward a shimmering grav zone. Evan ducked low. He grabbed a loose arena shard, jagged crystal, natural weapon. Vorath swung again. Evan parried, shard sparking against claw. Vibration jarred his arm, but he twisted, using Vorath's momentum to shove the brute off balance. Vorath stumbled into the grav pit. Field-activated weight tripled, slamming the alien down. Evan pounced, pinning one arm, driving elbow into a nerve cluster. Vorath bellowed, yielding glyph flashing on his bracer. Gongs silenced. Force fields parted. Evan rose, breathing steady. Not a drop of blood spilled. Galleries erupted. Aliens leaned forward, crests flaring in disbelief. Oren conferred with aides, mandibles clicking. Vaisha dropped into the pit beside him. Her gauntlet gripped his shoulder firm. Testing. You end Vorath without humiliation. No kill gloat. Why? Evan wiped sweat, meeting her gaze. Win clean. Builds trust. Her scales shifted hue's subtle flush. She released him, but lingered. Omega demands more. Crix next. They swarm. From the dais, Mara signaled urgency. Her tablet glowed with intercepted chatter. Court whispers of, terminate the upstart if he advanced. Evan nodded to Vaisha. Ready. She turned away first, but her glance back held heat, not just rivalry, forbidden by her laws. Yet his calm cracked her orders. Pit gates groaned open. Crix chittered from shadows, 6 insectoids, venom barbs dripping. They fanned out, coordinating via pheromones Evan couldn't smell. He breathed deep. Adapt. Survive. Turn enemy to ally. One restrained, step at a time. Vesha watched from the edge, gauntlet clenched. Her calm buzzed Oren's voice. Contain him, Talon. Or we sacrifice the human to bind the treaty. She silenced it. For the first time, doubt coiled in her chest. This human didn't break. The lead Crix lunged, venom barb thrusting like a spear. Evan rolled left, sand spraying under his boots. He seized the insectoid's foreleg mid-strike. Twisted hard. Joint popped with a wet crack. The creature shrieked, pheromones thickening the air, sharp, acrid, like burnt citrus. Evan shoved it into the path of the second Crix. They collided, barbs tangling. 2 more flanked him, chittering in sync. Evan dropped low, swept the legs of the nearest. It flipped, legs splaying. He pinned its thorax with a knee. Pressure point locked. No kill, just control. The 5th circled high, leaping from a pit wall. Evan anticipated the arc. Caught its underbelly mid-air. Slammed it down. Barb snapped against stone. The last Crix hesitated, mandibles clicking fury. Its swarmmates twitched, disabled, but alive. Evan stood, hands open. Yield. Galleries hissed. Crests flattened in outrage. The final Crix charged anyway. Barbs dripping. Evan sidestepped, hooked its abdomen, flipped it over his hip. It skidded, legs curling, still breathing, still whole. Judge's dais thrummed. Oren's voice boomed through amplifiers. Finishing strikes, ceremonial blades. Honor the Omega. Pit attendants hurled blades curved, serrated, glowing with ritual energy. They clattered at Evan's feet. He kicked them aside. One skidded toward Vesha at the edge. She snatched it, scales rippling silver tension. You mock our ways, Oren bellowed. End them, upstart, or forfeit the bout. Evan scanned the writhing cricks. Venom pooled harmless. They're done. No need. Vaisha vaulted the barrier. Blade in gauntlet, she landed between him and the insects, eyes locked on his. Cowardice. Or contempt? Her voice cut low, edged with challenge. Crest flared crimson anger? Something hotter? Evan met her stance, feet planted. Test me fair. Not this. She lunged. Blade whistled. Evan parried with forearm guard human synth leather, absorbing the shock. Her follow-up came fast, knee strike to his ribs. He blocked, twisted her momentum, pulled her into a clinch. Her scales rasped his skin, warm, unyielding. She broke free, spun low. Leg sweep. Evan jumped, countered with a palm to her shoulder. She staggered but recovered, gauntlet slashing high. He ducked, hooked her wrist. Joint lock. Clean. She froze. Blade inches from his throat. Pit fell silent. Galleries held breath. Evan held the pin. Light pressure. No crush. Yield? Her breath hitched against his chest. Scales shifted deep indigo flush. She twisted free, but slow. Dropped the blade. Stood tall. You. Spare me too. He released fully. Stepped back. Bowed slight respect. Not show. Honor intact. Orun slammed his podium. Invalid. Talon withdraws unchallenged. Vaisha spun to the dais. I yield. He wins clean. Her gauntlet clenched. She shot Evan, a look heat lingering. Forbidden by crest marks on her armor. Mara's signal flashed from the human envoy box. Urgent. Evan nodded subtle. Post-bout recess. He climbed the pit ramp. Crick's attendants, dragging their wounded. Vaisha matched his pace, unbidden. Why? She pressed. Voice pitched for him alone. Omega rituals demand blood. Treaties hinge on it. Evan wiped grit from his face. Blood breaks more than it binds. You saw. Her tail flicked irritation, masking intrigue. My orders. Contain you. Test limits. They reached the antechamber. Mara waited, tablet in hand. Captain's insignia gleamed. Evan. Intercepts confirm. Orun stacking the bracket. Next bout's a killer. Vorgath Prime. Assassin's proxy. Treaty bait. Vaisha stiffened beside him. Lies. Court honors. Mara tapped her screen. Holo projected. Orun's comm logs. Sacrifice the upstart. Bind the Omega clans. She killed the display. Evan. Pull out. We void the match. He shook his head. Halfway in. Finish strong. Vaisha's gaze darted between them. You trust her warning. Over mine? Evan turned to her. Saw the cracked doubt in her rigid posture. Trust actions. Yours spared the Crick's blades. Mine build the bond. She exhaled sharp. Stepped closer. Gauntlet brushed his arm. Accidental? Testing. Vorgath fights feral. No restraint like yours. Her voice dropped. Advise evasion. Mara arched a brow. Since when do adjudicators advise entrance? Vaisha ignored her. Eyes on Evan. Survive it. Then we speak. Privately. Ante-doors hissed open. Orun's herald called. Kada, prepare. Evan nodded to Vaisha. Watch close. He strode out. Felt her stare burn his back. Arena swelled with chants. Vorgath Prime lumbered in opposite hulking reptilian. Twice Evan's mass. Claws raked sand. Jaws unhinged, revealing toxin fangs. No barbs. Pure brute. Bell gonged. Vorgath charged. Ground shook. Evan dodged seismic steps. Analyzed. Predictable rage. Wide swings. He weaved inside. Targeted joints. Elbow strike to knee hinge. Vorgath roared. Stumbled. It swiped wild. Evan rolled under. Swept the good leg. Beast crashed. Fangs snapped air. Evan mounted. Armbar locked on forelimb. Pressure mounted. Pop. Imminent. Forgoth bucked. Evan held. Tap. No yield. Feral eyes glazed. Evan released. Rolled clear. Stood. Judges erupted. Blades flew again. Oren stood. Finish. Or death forfeit. Evan kicked them away. He's beaten. Vorgoth rose slow, limping, but charged anew, toxin-foaming jaws. Vaisha leaped the barrier uncalled. Gauntlet blade drawn. She intercepted. Slashed Vorgoth's flank. Beast howled. Retreated to gate. Handlers swarmed it. Galleries exploded. Orun's mandibles gaped. Talon. Treason. She faced the dais, chest heaving. He proved worth. Restraint over slaughter. Tournament bends. Evan stepped beside her. Shoulder to shoulder. Mara appeared at ramp's edge. Security detail fanning out. Diplomacy's fracturing. Clans split, some hail the human. Orun's losing control. Lot. Riesing losing control. Orun broadcasted. Recess. Council convenes. Cade advances. Provisionally. Vesha sheathed her blade. Turned to Evan. Her hand gripped his firm. Hidden from view. Scales warm against his palm. My orders change. Protect you now. He squeezed back. Pulse quickened. Forbidden. Dangerous. Real. Whispers rippled. Treaty allies fracturing. Assassins mobilized in shadows. Mara's tablet pinged. Evan Orun's final play. Championship right. You versus proxy champion. Lethal. No mercy clause. Vaisha's grip tightened. I stand with you. Evan breathed steady. Rivals no more. Bond forged in sand and restraint. Pit gates groaned for the champions. But from the shadows, a cloaked figure signaled blade poisoned. Aimed true. Vesha tensed first. Drew steel. The real tournament began. Vaisha's gauntlet clamped Evan's wrist like a vice. Cade. Technical breach, unarmed intervention in right. You're under arrest. Her voice sliced through the arena din. Eyes locked on the cloaked figure slinking toward the pit edge. Evan twisted free without resistance. He scanned the shadows. Poisoned blade glinted under the figure's sleeve. She shoved him toward the ramp. Move. Or forfeit advancement. Her body blocked the assassin's line. Scales, bristling along her neck ridge. Mara's voice crackled in Evan's earpiece. Evan. Go with her. Orun's proxies closing fast. He nodded once. Matched her stride as handlers parted the crowd. Whispers. Hissed humans spared by Talon? Treason deepened. They burst into the Undercroft tunnels. Cool air hummed with vent fans. Vaisha's grip shifted to his elbow, steering sharp left. Private holding suite. Protocol demands isolation. Evan inhaled. Filtered oxygen. Standard. But a faint tang undercut it almond sharp. Chemical. His stomach tightened. Airlines compromised. Poison vector. She halted. Crest flared. Impossible. Suite sealed. Smell shift. Cyanide trace. He yanked her toward a control panel recessed in the wall. Palm scanned his tournament band. Locked. He wedged fingers into the seam. Popped the cover. Wires gleamed. Vaisha's blade hissed free. Human tricks won't. Emerge. He traced the manual override glyph. Alien script he'd memorized from prep sims. Twisted the purge valve. Hiss erupted. Sweet vents upstream. Flushed with a roar. Alarms shrieked across the wing. Red strobes pulsed. Bulkheads groaned, sealing bulk doors. Vesha spun. Sealed the holding suite entrance with her adjudicator key. Blade leveled at Evan's chest. You triggered lockdown. Sabotage? Evan raised hands, slow. Eyes on her stance, balanced, lethal. Listen. Poison in the vents. Your purge bought time. Her mandibles clicked. Proof? He pointed to the panel. Residual mist beaded colorless now. But the smell lingered. That, and the assassin, you shielded me from. Footfalls echoed beyond the seal. Muffled shouts, clangs of forced entry. Vaishya's blade wavered. Crest flattened fractionally. Oren's enforcers. They'll purge us both. Contaminated. Evan crouched. Rerouted the suite's secondary controls. Service crawl access blinked green under his jury rig. Not if we move. Crawl leads to auxiliary bays. Follow. She sheathed steel. Hesitated. You lead. I guard rear. He dropped first. Narrow ducked, knee crawling tight. Metal chilled his palms. Vaishya's armored bulk scraped behind. Breath hot on his calves. Quiet, she whispered. Vibrations thrummed breach teams torching the door. Evan palmed a junction grate. Pushed. It swung into dim service bay. Empty crates. Tool racks. He hauled out. Extended hand. Vaishya gripped. Emerged fluid. Scanning. Clear. For now. Mara's signal pinged his band. Evan? Lockdown's Oren's play. Poison meant for you and her, if she intervened. Clans mobilizing. Get to rally point. Evan relayed low. Vaishya's eyes narrowed. Treachery confirmed. My oath binds me to you now. They slipped into outer corridors. Distant klaxons wailed. Shadows lengthened, patrol drones whirred overhead. Evan paused at a junction. Mapped mentally. Bays to shuttle docks. Proxy. Champion waits. We crash it. Vaishya's hand brushed his arm. Steadying. Together, they darted right. A drone banked low. Vaishya hurled a loose panel. It shattered rotors. Wreckage sparked. Evan grinned faint. Nice arm. Precision training. Her scales flushed deeper hue. Your nose saved us. Poison residue clung to their clothes. Evan stripped his outer tunic, balled it. Vent it later. She nodded. Mimicked. Shedding gauntlet plates. Vulnerability exposed, soft underscales on her forearms. Clatter ahead. Two enforcers rounded corner, plasma lances primed. Talon! Surrender the contaminant. Vaishya surged. Blade flashed. Disarmed. First with a twist. Second lunged. She sidestepped. Tripped him into Evan's knee strike. Clean. Disarm. Enforcers slumped, bound with their own sashes. Evan caught her eye. She sheathed. Mandibles softened. Your way. Effective. Mara met them at docks. Security shuttle idled. Ramp down. In. Oren's council votes execution yours and hers. Tournaments cover for coup. Evan boarded last. Vaishya beside him. Her thigh pressed his in the tight bay. Warmth radiated through her leathers. Shuttle lurched skyward. Stars wheeled beyond viewports. Vaishya leaned close. Voice for him alone. Orders were contain you. Break if needed. But you. Restrain. Force. Truth. Evan met her gaze. Green slits. Fierce. Mutual. Rivals don't poison allies. Everyone. Everyone. Her fingers laced his. Hidden. Pulse synced. Bond sealed. Forbidden or not. Mara piloted hard, evasive. Incoming. Proxy fighters Oren's hounds. Vaishya rose. Strapped into gunnery harness. I fly defense. You. Cade. Target solutions. Evan slotted into TAC console. Screens bloomed. 3 interceptors. Closing fast. Weak ventral shields. Pattern fire low. Shuttle bucked. Vaishya's turrets spat azure bolts. First fighter veered. Grazed. Second. Exploded in fireball. Pattern holds, Evan called. Third flank blind. Vaishya adjusted. Precision kill. Debris pinged hull. Mara whooped. Clear run to neutral station. Clans fracturing some pledge to Talon now. Evan unstrapped. Vesha met him mid-bay. Forehead ridge touched his brow, intimate alien gesture. You prove. Discipline. Over. Fury. He cupped her scaled cheek. Thumb traced jawline. We prove. Alarms pinged anew. Incoming hail. Oren's visage. Mandibles furious. Talon. Return. Championship demands blood. Vesha snarled back. Demands bend. Human advances with me. Screen blanked. Diplomatic fallout ignited. Evan squeezed her hand. Bond deepened. Assassins waited at neutral ground. Tournament's true right. Survival. Shuttle dove into asteroid shadow. Cloaked signatures multiplied, hunters closed. Train. Vesha tensed. Drew steel anew. They come. Evan nodded. Calm settled. Restraint their weapon. Loyalty their shield. Mara banked hard. Brace ambush ahead. Evan's mind raced. Service bays hid more crawls. Poisons left scents. Patterns broke with trust. Vesha's grip anchored him. Rivals forged allies. Forbidden fire burned true. Proxies swarmed the docking vector. Blades poisoned. Vows shattered. The real fight ignited. Vesha's blade pressed cold against Evan's throat. Her scaled forearm pinned his shoulder to the shuttle bulkhead. Proxies lay scattered across the docking bay. Neutral station's shadows still smoked from blaster fire. Why? Her ridge horns flared. Voice a guttural hiss. Ambush patterns closed on me first. You dove through fire. Saved enforcer before self. Human explain. Evan kept his hands open. Palms up. No flinch. His pulse steady under the edge. Trade you intel. Need a whiteboard first. Her eyes narrowed. Slit pupils dilating. Mara burst through the hatch behind. Rifle sweeping. Clear. Oren's dogs scattered. Station security inbound. Vesha didn't budge. Blade nicked. Skin a bead of blood welled. No games. Answer. Evan met her gaze. Calm. Bored. Marker. 2 minutes. Then I tell. She snarled. Retracted the blade an inch. Mara tossed a portable tack pad from her kit. This work? Linked to station feeds. Evan caught it midair. Activated the holo surface. Grid bloomed. Asteroid field. Proxy signatures from the ambush. He traced lines quick, precise. See here. Interceptors fainted high. But ventral shields lagged 0.3 seconds. Predictable. Proxies. On station? Same flaw. See no. See no. Same flaw. Vesha leaned in. Her breath hot on his neck. Scent of ozone and iron. Flaw? Patterns repeat. Yours too. He sketched her prior tournament feeds pulled from public logs. You favor ridge strike. Lethal. But telegraphs flank exposure. I saved you because I read it coming. Trade. Teach me your kills. I show you holds. 2. Her mandibles clicked. Hesitation. Protocol screamed. No adjudicator. Shared nothing with entrance. Especially forbidden humans. But his calm dissected her world like code. Deal. She keyed her wrist comm. Secure link pulsed. Match footage. Yours only. Controlled access. Break it. I end you. Evan nodded. Accepted the stream. Holo expanded. Her championship bouts. Blades whirled in Zerog arenas. Rivals crumpling. He absorbed vectors, timings. Efficient, but rigid. Mara cleared her throat. Evan. Oren's hailing again. Demands your withdrawal. Human taint on rights. Vesha spat. He bends for treaties. Sacrifices outsiders. Her hand lingered on his arm. Grip tightened. Loyalty sparking. Evan stood, pocketed the pad. Train now. Before next wave. Station corridors hummed. Neutral ground. but assassins lurked. They slipped into a disused service bay. Mara posted watch. Vaisha faced him, twin blades drawn. Show method. Evan stripped to undershirt. No weapons. Circled her stance. Human drill. Restraint first. Goal. Control without kill. He beckoned. Attack. She lunged ridge strike, fast as lightning. Evan sidestepped. Minimal force. Grabbed her wrist, twisted into lock. Not break. Hold. Feel the pivot? Your momentum feeds mine. Vaisha twisted free. Scaled tail lashed. He ducked. Countered with palm heel to her guard pulled short. Again. Slower. Read my pattern. She charged. Blades blurred. Evan flowed. Block. Redirect. Leg sweep feint. Pinned her arm behind. Knee to her thigh, gentle pressure. Tap or hold. Her free blade hovered at his ribs. Pride flared. She bucked. He adjusted smooth, unyielding. Air thickened with her scent. Sweat mixing human musk. Breath synced. Tap. She slammed the deck. Tap tap. Blade dropped. Chest heaved. Impossible. No kill intent. Evan released. Offered hand up. She took it. Stood close. Ridge touched his brow, intimate claim. Discipline. Not fury. Wins long fights. Mara's voice crackled. Heads up. Orin's detail closing. Championship round resets tomorrow. Your name's linked Fallout Brewing. Vesha's comm buzzed. Orun's image flickered. Mandibles quivered. Talon. Consort with entrant. Treason, she snarled back. Test passed. Human advances. Restraint honors rights. Screen died. Vesha turned to Evan. Eyes softened. They hunt us now. Bond forbids. Evan cupped her jaw. Thumb traced scales. Bond proves. He pulled her match data. Deeper spotted anomaly. Wait, your finals footage. Proxy signatures match today's ambush. Her ridges flattened shock. Orun? Patterns don't lie. Evan synced the TAC-pad to Mara's console. He rigs the tournament. Sacrifices us for treaties. Mara banked the shuttle feed live. Station erupted, security swarmed Orun's guards. Blaster fire echoed. Clans turning. Your win bought time. Vaisha gripped Evan's hand. Scales warm against skin. Train me more. We enter together. 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 He nodded. Drilled her again. Hold. Pivot. Tap. She flowed faster. Tapped, quicker. Laughter escaped her. A rare trill. Trust built in grapples. Shared breaths. Alarms wailed. Fresh signatures inbound. Not proxies. Royal Fleet. Orun's final play. Evan sketched the board anew. Vesha drew steel. Stood shoulder to shoulder. Rivals. Forged one. Forbidden. Fire their edge. Debris rattled the hull. Mara gunned engines. Strap in. Championship awaits. Or graves. Evan's calm held. Her hand in his. Loyalty. Shielded. Blades weighted. Tournament's heart. Survival. Entwined. Orun's voice boomed over open channel. Surrender the human. Rights demand blood. Vaisha bared fangs. Rights bend to truth. Evan traced the next pattern. Whispered. Flank blind. Fire low. Shields flared. Bond ignited. Shields buckled under blaster fire. Evan rolled left. TAC-pad clutched tight. Vesha mirrored him. Fangs bared. Plasma blade humming. Royal shuttles swarmed the docking bay ahead. Orun's enforcers blocking the arena ramp. Flank low. Evan whispered. He tapped her wrist, calm. Pattern synced. Her speed. His angles. She nodded. Leapt first. Vesha sliced through the lead drone's underbelly. Sparks rained. Evan followed, stun baton cracking a guard's knee. The alien crumpled without a kill shot. Humans solved puzzles. No waste. Mara's voice crackled. Bay clear in 10. Tournament feed live. Orun's spinning your flight as treason. Evan pulled Vesha behind a crate. Her scales brushed his arm, warm, steady. Alarms cut. Mara gunned through. They sprinted up the ramp. Arena roar swallowed them. The Colosseum pulsed. Tiered seats crammed with clan lords. Holographic treaties flickering overhead. Evan stepped into the central pit. Vesha at his side. Spotlights pinned them. Crowd hushed. High Mediator Orun Vale loomed on the dais, robes swirling. His eyes, cold obsidian, locked on Evan. Intruders return. But Purity Clause invokes now. Evan stood tall, methodical breath. He'd scanned the right codes en route. Purity meant no scandals tainting the bond. Orun raised a data slate. Holo projections bloomed. Grainy feeds of Evan cupping Visha's jaw. Thumb on scales. Her trill of laughter in the shuttle. Whispers amplified to chants. Romance rumors poisoned the treaty. Orun boomed. Human taint corrupts royal blood. Evan Cade, you are the liability. Yield or rights? Claim you both. Crowd erupted. Clans from rival houses jeered, scales flaring red aggression. Bets flashed on holos. Human dead by dawn. Vesha stepped forward. Her ridges stood sharp, voice steel. I accept responsibility for his conduct. Gasps rippled. She extended her adjudication. Gauntlet ancient relic. Binding oath etched in crystal. Locked it to Evan's wrist cuff. Glow pulsed. Legal chain. By Talon blood, I bind as his adjudicator, she declared. His restraint is mine. Test us together. Orun's mandibles clicked fury masked as protocol. Accepted. Next round. Purity duel. Survive, or forfeit the treaty. Evan felt the gauntlet's hum sink to his pulse. Her eyes met his trust, forged in grapples. No words needed. He nodded once. Gates hissed open. Arena floor shifted to grav pits, floating platforms, edged with null fields. Opponent emerged. A hulking Krath warrior from House Vex, rival to Vesha's line. Quad arms whirled vibro axes. Crowd bayed for blood. Evan circled left. Vesha right. Goal. Win clean. No deaths. Krath lunged at Vesha. Axes spun blur fast. She parried, scales scraping sparks. Evan timed it, darted under. Baton to the beast's ankle joint. Crack. Leg buckled. Krath roared, swiped wide. Evan ducked. Felt wind shear his sleeve. He pivoted, tapped the null field emitter on the platform edge. Field pulsed low, disrupted Krath's balance. Vesha flowed in. Plasma tip grazed the warrior's shoulder guard. Non-lethal burn. Evan synced. Her feint. His trip. Krath toppled to the yield mat. Axes clattered. Crowd poised for blood chant. Evan knelt, offered hand up. Krath gripped, grudging respect in its grip. No kill. Platforms locked. Victory chime. Rang. Orun scowled. Purity holds. Advance. Clans murmured. Aliens whispered. Human timed it perfect. No humiliation. Just win. Vesha's gauntlet warmed. She squeezed Evan's arm. Scales soft now. Bond deepened. Mara's comm buzzed private. Sabotage inbound. Rival house Vex remnants. Floor collapse under you. Evan scanned. Arena plates hummed wrong, subharmonics off. He tugged Vesha close. Stay tight. Next bout triggered. Holo announced. Alliance Gauntlet. Multi-foe relay. Evan first. He dropped into the fray. 3 drones. Then a scout. Methodical. Dodge. Tap emitter. Disrupt. One clean. Crowd clapped, unbloodied. Vaishya's turn. She flowed like water, blade precise. But plates groaned beneath her. Evan sprinted. Floor buckled. Vex sabotage. Charges hidden in the seams. Section plummeted into spike pits below. She twisted midair. Too slow. Evan lunged, gauntlet chain yanking her clear. They crashed together on stable ground. His body shielded hers impact jarring ribs. Dust settled. Crowd silent. Vaishya rose first. Pulled him up. Her claws gentle on his shoulder. You saw it. Patterns, he said. Calm held. Bruised. Not broken. Security swarmed the pits. Wreckage scanned. Vex. SIGs. Confirmed. Orun pounded dais. Tampering. Tournament halts. No. Vaishya strode forward, chain taut. Truth demands finish. Human proved purity. Clans roared approval. Bets flipped. Orun's guards shifted uneasy. Evan synced TACpad discreet. Proxy matches from before. Orun's hand in it all. Mara fed live. Fleet inbound. Your save broadcast galaxy-wide. Treaties shift. Vaishya leaned close, breath hot on his neck. Rumors true now? He traced her ridge restraint, cracking to warmth. Bond proves. Orun's voice cut sharp. Purity clause evolves. Adjudicator Talon prove no taint. Face the human. Here. Now. Crowd ignited. Romance weaponized. Force them to duel. Expose. Or kill. Vaishya drew blade. Evan raised baton. Gauntlet hummed, binding them, testing them. She circled. Fangs gleamed. Yield? Never. He pivoted. Timed her strike. Her blade halted inch from his throat. Tapped his shoulder yield tap. Laughter trilled low. Crowd gasped. Orun paled. Restraint wins. Vaishya announced. Sheathed blade. Pulled Evan into formal stance, scales to skin. Public vow. Loyalty binds us. Treaty sealed. Clans cheered. Holo treaties glowed green. But Mara's calm hissed urgent. Orun's not done. Private channel. Royal assassins en route. Your bond? Prime target. Evan gripped Vaishya's hand. Scales locked to calluses. Rivals no more. Allies forged in fire. Orun fled the dais. Guards turned on him, clan's wrath. Arena lights dimmed to victory glow. But shadows moved at the gates. Blades glinted. Evan whispered patterns. Vaishya nodded. Together, they turned. Assassins charged Orun's final proxies. Tournament's true heart. Survival entwined. Plasma flared. Evan dove first. Her blade sang back up. Bond their shield. They fought back to back. His baton cracked helms. Her strike severed limbs, non-lethal where possible. One assassin lunged high. Evan shoved Vaishya low. Took the graze. Blood welled. She snarled. Finished it clean. Last fell. Silence. Mara landed extraction shuttle rimside. Go. Fleet's 10 out. They sprinted. Gauntlet chain sparked permanent now. Forbidden turned loyal. In the bay, Vaishya cupped his jaw. Thumb on human stubble. Evan nodded. Pulled data. Next patterns. Orun's fleet. Signatures. Plotted. Shuttle lifted. Stars blurred. Romance. No rumor. Weapon blunted. Bond unbreakable. But console pinged. Royal decree incoming. Adjudicator Talon. Report. Human assets secured? CBH. Imopsis. Imopsis. Vaishya's ridges flattened. Truth. Ben's rights. Evan synced fire solutions. Mara banked hard. Assassins pursued. Discipline held. Restraint won. Loyalty their edge. Fleet loomed. Championship of survival dove anew. Vaish's claws dug into Evan's arm. The tournament was never meant to let you leave alive. Evan froze mid-step in the shadowed alcove. Arena echoes faded behind them. Semi-final drums still pounded distant. Her ridges flattened fear, not fury. He scanned her face. Golden eyes locked on his. No, lie there. Execute me after the final, he said. Voice level. Win or lose. She nodded once. Scales rasped as she shifted. High Mediator Orin's decree. Hidden clause. Human champion binds the treaty, then dies. Clans unite over your corpse. My orders? Ensure it. Evan's mind raced patterns. Tournament rules. Treaty drafts Mara had leaked. Orin's smug glances from the dais. Pieces fit. He kept breath steady. No panic. Humans endured worse. Why tell me now? He gripped her wrist. Calluses met scales. Warmth pulsed. Her tail flicked. You fight clean. No boasts. No kills unless forced. Restraint. It shames us. Thumb traced his gauntlet chain, the ritual link from quarterfinals. Forbidden touch. Rivals no more. I cannot watch the blade fall. Goal clear. Expose the rig. Survive. Turn her loyalty solid. Counterplay, Evan said. Archives hold the original treaty addendum. Mara's intel says it's unaltered. Prove Orun forged the execution clause publicly. Force a ruling mid-tournament. Vaish's eyes widened. Archives, our royal sanctum. Guards keyed to my rank. Caught smuggling. You exile. Or death. One clean proof. He held her gaze. Risk it with me. Or we both fall blind. Silence stretched. Her claws retracted. For you. Once, they moved. Vaish's cloak swallowed them both chameleon weave. Corridors twisted under arena bowels. Steam vents hissed. Evan matched her stride. Baton holstered at hip. No plasma for him. Human rules banned it. Discipline his edge. Guard post loomed. 2 sentries, ridge-crested. Vesha flashed her adjudicator seal. Inspection. Human contained. 1 sentry sniffed. Talon. Smells off. Human taint. Evan held still. Heart steady. Vaish's tail coiled warning. Protocol. Stand down. They passed. Archives door eye-rised open. Cool air rushed. Data crystals gleamed in vaults. Vaisha keyed the treaty vault. 5 minutes. Alarms linked to Orun. 5 minutes. Evan dove in. Fingers flew over consoles. Human speed aliens marveled at it. Mara's codes unlocked layers. There. Addendum core. Original scan. No execution mandate. Just champion honored. Departs free. He yanked the crystal. Slotted duplicate blank for bait. Got it. Alarms wailed faint. Vesha snarled. Go! They sprinted. Cloak flickered. A guard rounded corner. Vaish's blade flashed flat of it, cracked his helm. Non-lethal. Evan Baton whipped the second. Down, clean. No blood. Back to arena tunnels. Semi-final horn blared. Crowds roared. Vesha panted. Proof burns now. Orun will know. Evan synced the crystal to his wrist projector. Publicly. He twists, or yields. They burst onto competitor ledge. Semi-final pit waited. Orun Vale perched on dais, robes billowing. Clans arrayed, scaled warriors, plasma lances ready. Mara Ilian stood human side, eyes sharp. She nodded once. Warnings sent. Evan's opponent entered. Hulking Krath beast, 4 arms, claws like scythes. But Evan ignored it. Leapt to arena edge. Projector flared. Holo display bloomed. Huge treaty addendum. Original text glowing. High Mediator. Evan's voice cut drums. Calm. Methodical. Clans of the Concord. Witness. Crowds hushed. Orun leaned forward. Face paled under scales. Evan scrolled. Treaty binds us. Champion honored. Departs free. No execution. Your decree forgery. Murmur swelled. Clans shifted. Lance hummed. Orun rose. Lies. Human deceit. Vaishya stepped beside Evan. Seal raised. Archives original. I witnessed extraction. Adjudicator oath. Gasps rippled. Orun's ridges spiked rage. Talon. Betrayal. Evan held steady. Public ruling. Now. Or. Treaty voids. Pit beast snarled. Forgotten. Mara activated shuttle beacon backup. Clans demanded. Truth. Proof. Orun's claws clenched. Guards flanked him. But clan eyes bored in. No escape. Binding. Orun spat. Human lives. Tournament proceeds fair. 1. 1. 1. Roars erupted. Victory. For now. Evan turned to Vaishya. Hand brushed hers. Gauntlet chain sparked. Bond sealed. But Orun's gaze promised death. Shadows stirred at gates. Semifinal resumed. Evan dropped to pit. Beast charged. 4 arms whirled. He dodged. Patterns predicted swings. Baton cracked knee joint. Beast buckled. Non-lethal hold choke till tap. Judges signaled win. Crowds chanted, Cade. Cade. Vaishya pulled him up. You turned it. Restraint forced his hand. Mara slipped close. Orun's proxies inbound. Assassins. Arena lights dimmed to ceremony glow. Orun fled dais. Guards clan loyal turned blades on his entourage. Wrath boiled. Evan gripped Vaishya's hand. Scales locked to calluses. Together, shadows moved. Blades glinted at gates. Evan whispered patterns. Low sweeps. High feints. Vaishya nodded. Back to back. Assassins charged. Lead one lunged. Evan dove first. Baton spun. Cracked helm. Non-lethal. Where possible. Crack. Not kill. Vaishya's blade sang. Severed a limb, clean mercy stroke. Second assassin flanked. Evan shoved her low. Took graze on shoulder. Blood welled hot. She snarled. Ridges flared fury. Third pressed. Evan rolled. Baton to gut. Winded. Down. Fourth plasma flared. Vaishya parried. Evan flanked. Tripped. She stamped neck precise. Last assassin high lunge. Evan blocked. Pain lanced arm. Vaishya ended it. Clean thrust. Silence fell. Bodies stilled. Arena held breath. Mara's shuttle thrummed rimside. Go! Fleets 10 out. Orun's signatures plot inbound. They sprinted. Gauntlet chains sparked permanent. Forbidden turned loyal. Bay doors hissed. Vaishya cupped his jaw. Thumb on stubble. That. Wound. Graze. Evan nodded. Pulled data slate. Next patterns plotted. Orun's fleet vectors. Shuttle lifted. Stars blurred. Mara banked hard. Console pinged. Royal decree. Adjudicator. Talon. Report. Human asset secured. And inside. O10 and 2. O10 and 2-2. Dunce ground. Vaishya's ridges flattened. Truth. Bends. Rights. No more. Evan synced fire solutions. Assassins pursued 3 skiffs. Plasma trails. Discipline held. His fingers danced controls. Mara whooped. Human improv. Vaishya leaned in. Breath on his neck. Train me always. Your patterns. He squeezed her hand. Restraint 1. Loyalty their edge. Fleet loomed ahead. Lead ship hailed. Cade vessel. Stand down. Concord claims you both. Mara grinned. Counter hail incoming. Evan's proof broadcasts wide. Vaishya's tail coiled his leg. Bond unbreakable. But skiffs closed. Plasma warning shots scorched hull. Evan. Targeted. Fire on my mark. Discipline. Restraint. Survival dove a new championship unbound. Shuttle bucked. Pursuit locked. Vaishya drew blade. Ready. Evan marked. Missiles streaked. 2 skiffs bloomed fire. Last veered. Fleet swallowed them. Tractors gripped. Docking clamps. Thudded. Airlocks cycled. Conquered Marines waited, blades sheathed. No welcome. Lead officer saluted Vaishya. Adjudicator. Royal summons. Human. Under guard. Evan stood. Wound throbbed. Calm held. Vaishya faced them. Chain gleamed. He fights beside me. Proof stands. Marines parted. Bridge loomed. High command awaited treaty reborn or shattered. Evan scanned corridors. Patterns shifted. New rivals. Same restraint. Her hand found his. Scales to skin. We prove again. Deck. The arena doors slammed open. Evan strode in. Mara at his flank. Concord Marines lined the curved walls. Blades glinting under plasma lights. High Mediator Orun Vale stood central on the raised dais, his robe swirling. Cade of Terra. Face your final right. Champion Drask awaits. Face your final. Bye. Evan scanned the pit. Sand crunched under his boots. Drask loomed opposite. 8 feet of scaled bulk. Tusks dripping venom. Double-headed axe chained to his wrist. The crowd encircled above. Nobles. Envoys. Vaishya Talan rigid beside Orun. Mara gripped Evan's arm. Drask's no champion. Orun's assassin. Venom sacks full. 1 scratch. Your pulp. Restraint won't save you here. Evan nodded. Calm settled. He drew his issued blade light. Balanced. Alien forged. No armor. Rights demanded purity. Drask roared. Chains rattled. The right gong tolled. Drask charged. Axe whirled in a blur, carving air. Evan dodged left, sand spraying. He studied. Predictable fury. Wide swings. Exposed flanks. Human training kicked in drill patterns. No waste. Axe slammed down. Evan rolled, blade parrying the haft. Vibration jarred his arms. Drask bellowed, tusks snapping inches from Evan's face. Venom flecked hot across his cheek. Burned like acid, Mara shouted from the edge. Flank him! He's blind on the pivot. Evan feinted right. Drask bit. Evan struck low blade sliced chain links. Metal snapped. Axe flew free, embedding in sand. Drask lunged bare-handed, claws raking. Evan twisted. Foot hooked Drask's ankle. The giant toppled, crashing face first. Evan pinned the arm, knee on neck. Blade hovered at throat. Silence fell. Crowd leaned in. Right demanded the stroke. Execution sealed victory. Evan held. Drask thrashed, eyes wild. Finish it. Soft skin. No. Evan pressed once, drawing blood just enough. Yield. Yield. Drask stilled. Chest heaved. Gong tolled again. Orun's voice cracked. Victor. Evan Cade. Unblooded mercy. Nobles murmured. Aliens valued kills. Humans valued ends. Mara exhaled. Vaishya's ridges creased watching him. Medics dragged Drask away. Evan stood, wiping blade. Wound from earlier pursuit throbbed under bandages, but discipline held. No show. No humiliation. Orun signaled. Prize right. Adjudicator Talon. Vaishya descended the dais stairs. Her scales shimmered violet under lights. Court blades tracked her. Forbidden. Royal enforcer. Touching off-worlder. Yet orders bound her. She stopped before Evan. Face a mask, eyes forward. Ridges flat. The crowd hushed. She extended the token. Obsidian disc. Etched with Concord seals. Legal writ. Absolute authority for one act. Her fingers brushed his palm. Warm scales to skin. Pulse raced there. She placed it firm. Grip lingered half-second. Eyes met his storm gray. Flickering. Evan closed hand around it. Power hummed. He turned to the dais. By Victor's token, I invoke. Orun leaned forward. Speak, human. Amnesty to all defeated. Gorek, Lyra, Drask. Full rights restored. No exile. Gasps rippled. Defeated champions faced death or chains. Mercy twisted treaties. Orun's binding game unraveled. Evan raised token higher. And amnesty to Vesha Talan. Cleared of containment breach. Of rivalry. Unspoken. Her breath hitched. Audible. Court exploded shouts. Blades half-drawn. Orun's face purpled. Insolence. She defies. Vesha's hand grazed Evan's wrist. Voice low. For him alone. I regret only the chains I forged first. Train me no more. Evan Cade. Free me truly. Words hung. Forbidden. Royal blood confessed pull to outsider. Ruined them both. Her oath shattered. His victory tainted. She pulled away. Tail uncoiled from habit. Steps carried her off dais before guards mobilized. Chains clinked in pursuit. Evan pocketed token. Mara yanked his sleeve. Move! Orun's flipping the hall to assassins. Plasma lights flickered. Marines shifted allegiance. Evan bolted after Vesha. Sand to stone corridors. Her silhouette ahead. Blade drawn. Back straight. Vesha. She glanced. No smile. You grant what I stole. Run with me. Or die bound. Shouts echoed. Skiffs hummed outside 3. Plasma trails hot. Evan synced mind to ship controls via implant. Mara whooped behind. Proofs live. Broadcast wide. Live. Vesha leaped ramp. Evan followed. Shuttle sealed. Engines screamed. Engines. Pursuit locked. Plasma scorched hull. Evan targeted. Mark. Missiles bloomed. 2 skiffs vaporized. Last veered into fleet tractors. Docking thudded. Airlock cycled. Marines waited, blades sheathed. Lead officer saluted Vesha. Adjudicator. Royal summons. Human under guard. Evan stood tall. Mara flanked. Vesha faced them, chain half ready in her grip. He fights beside. Proof stands. Marines parted. Bridge loomed. High command awaited. But corridors twisted new patterns. Rivals shifted. Vesha's hand found his again. Scales to skin. We prove again. 2. Deck plates hummed. Orun's voice boomed from ahead. Talan. Cade. The true right binds now. Evan scanned. Traps gleamed in shadows. Mara whispered. Honor games to knives. Watch the vents. Vesha's ridges flattened. She drew blade fully. My regret fuels this. Your restraint guides. They advanced. Doors parted to command deck. Orun Vale centered, flanked by fleet lords. Holo treaties flickered Terra Concord lines red with breach. Traitors, Orun snarled. Token mercy mocks us. Talon, you chain or die. Human, sacrifice seals peace. Vesha stepped forward. Token's echo burned. He proved. I yield no more. Lords murmured. One activated Vance gas hissed. Evan moved. Grabbed Vesha's arm, pulled her left. Gas missed. He swept low, tripping first killer. Blade parried. Second. Clang echoed. Mara fired stunner. Third crumpled. Improv. Human style. Fleet Marines hesitated. Orun barked. Seize them! Vesha spun. tail lashing. Knocked a guard flat. Evan vents cycle. He punched controls. Air cleared. Lords backed. Proof replayed on holos. His wins. Disarms. Refusals. Mercy tallied higher than blood. Orun's eyes narrowed. Discipline. Extraordinary. Treaties bend? Evan straightened. No boast. Bind fair, or break. Vesha squeezed his hand. Bond tightened. Rivals no more. A lord nodded. Human right accepted. Talon cleared. Orun slumped. Chains stayed sheathed. Mara grinned. Politics shift. Time bought, but Vesha leaned close. Breath on neck. Regret lingers. Train me always. Patterns yours. Evan nodded. Restraint won. Loyalty edged them forward. Fleet parted. Shuttle prepped. Yet shadows lingered.